Huh. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna go grab some water. Hey, what's up, Rob? Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. A little tired this morning. Hold on. James, just wipe off those magnet towels you sneezed into. All right. Now, good morning, everybody. Morning, Eli. Morning again, Rob. So, some more not lovely trade news as we oscillate back and forth. Does he love me? Does he love me not? What we keep asking ourselves every single day with China. Does he love me? Does he love me not? Today he loves us not. Last week he loved us. Week before that, not. Week before that, loved us. Week before that, not. Week before that, loved us. Week before that, not. So up and down, back and forth, back and forth. Probably not too many moves need to be being made at this stage of the game. Technically, still in an uptrend. Actually, with the long holiday weekend, I was kind of expecting us to be a little bit lower. Yeah, expecting us to be a little bit lower. Volume today, extraordinarily heavy on the NASDAQ for the pre-market. Or is this including 8:30? So I wonder if this is including both days, yesterday and today. Oh, do we have a half day yesterday? That's a half day? Oh, it's a half day. Or a quarter day or something for the futures at least. I don't think the Qs were open at all. But I think this volume is representative. See, this is 8:30, which is 4 days ago. And this is today. So this must be representative of Sunday and Monday volume right here. Very interesting. Yeah, looks like it. All right, so the Nasdaq trying to get up higher here, actually. Like I said, does he love me? Does he love me not? Got gold up 0.8%. MDCO again up 10%. This little guy just won't stop. This is an upgrade on Citigroup. I was just looking at it a little bit ago here. Maintains Bion Medicines Co. Price target raised to 55. Probably a selling event because it's an analyst just telling you to buy it. And analysts are stupid. What's our buddy MJ doing? MJ, okay. Down here near lows. No major volume near the lows, but about 3 days now. Been unable to go lower, so not too bad. Starbucks still firmly in the The flat base. We'll see how that one works out. Market pretty split here, 50-50. So check out global watch list. Should go in the other direction. MDCO leading here as well. UVE got square. Firmly lower, has been there for a while. Amarin. Let's breeze through here, see if there's anything really interesting or not. Our buddy Kiwi. 5 in. 5.9, looking a lot like Kiwi. Looking very good. There's Amazon. Well, was Amazon. Alright, still bear flagging lower. Roku still poking higher. Looks like every day. Today we're not quite at a new high, but we're there almost every day. Buddy ZTO over $20. Looks like it's found a floor here recently too of 20 past several days. Spiked down. We broke through here, spiked down, and we've been able to hold up over looks like 20.25. That's not too bad for ZTO. Carvana still setting up pretty nicely up here. Not quite a good base, but looks good. I don't want to go through all these right now. That Boeing down here? Boeing down 3%. Let's take a look. Boeing and Apple, if I remember right, they said were lower. So there's Boeing. Nothing out of the ordinary. And Apple. Very much choppy. Still chopping around this whole area. So nothing major to write home about on either one of those. Let's take a look around at the big caps. My window's small? Alright, let me get rid of this little guy. Window capture, display capture. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I was having trouble with the streamer over the weekend, and I remember redoing the window, but I don't remember seeing double. Cool. Thanks, Rob. Much, much better. Why can't I? Oh. Oh, that's why, because I'm retarded. Don't know how to use my tools. Okay, screw that up. Sorry about that. Change the list instead of moving up the screen there. All right, let's take a look at our list here. We got Anik. Look at pretty big red bars this morning. Nothing major so far on the daily. Winnebago looks like it wants further downside. OKE tightening up. AMD is doing something. Disney. Funko pulling back this morning. Grifols. Hopefully forming a base right there. Fox F looking like an H pattern / bear flag. See if that breaks down below the 50-day. A cut of the 200-day here with the dots a break of the 50-day, which is that blue line on massive volume, is a sell signal. Peace out, Fox. Sherwin-Williams. BLD, Lope. Not wanting to go higher. Mucho Bettero. I see you've taken my online Spanish course, Rob. It's called A Real Spanish. That's right, all the favorites. Mucho, Bettero. Do you speak Americano? All the things you need to know to go to Mexico. EPAM tightening up here pretty nicely, actually. Booking.yeah, doing okay. Atlassian back down towards the bottom part of the trend line. Increasing volume to the downside. We'll see how this one plays out. Not sure if I want to jump on this down here, but this is trend line support right now, so that's not too bad. INS, Starbucks went positive. ZTO. Twilio bear flag, and we'll see how that one plays itself out. Already mentioned Carvana. Yeah. Take-Two Interactive. Chugging along. Doesn't care much about the choppy market whatsoever. Or the Twilio. No, not Twilio. Carvana? No, not what the hell was that? Take-Two Interactive? Take-Two Interactive. Oh. The frozen rope thing there is Take-Two Interactive. Look at that shakeout though right there. Bam. ZTO MJ. Carvana, Essent. Gold. Shop, Overstock, Tilra. Our buddy Tilra looking really good. Definitely looking pretty healthy on this guy. Little tiny guy, $10, bull flag. Increasing volume situation on the right side of the chart. Sure, there's some distribution, but it's a choppy market, so not too bad. But it's holding higher, which is probably one of the more important things right now. So that's going to be nice on a breakout, potentially, if the market's at least holding up. I really thought we would be lower here on the open. I thought we'd be probably down here, maybe even lower. But we're not. We're actually not. We're treading water, which is positive. If your baby's in the water, just fell in the pool, you'd at least like your baby to tread water. You don't want your baby to go down right away. So that's a good thing. MDCO pulling in a little bit more. So far this morning, not too bad. We'll see what the rest of the day brings us. But yeah, so far we're able to hold above water, which is pretty good. Can't say I'm too upset about that. Yeah. And then if you guys didn't notice, Bitcoin decided to start sprinting for some reason. Right out of this nice, found some support above our 9100 area. Yeah, I agree with that, Rob. I'm sending my 5-year-old to swim school right now. It's a couple years too late, but better late than never. So, yeah, Bitcoin not quite getting down to the 91 area. Volume really wasn't telling much of a story down here at all. You had a couple of bottoming candles, but we've had decent bottoming candles this whole area, and then we just broke out on the overnight session the day before yesterday, and then just kind of launched here and never looked back. Broke all of our trend lines here. Sorry, kids sound like they're beating each other up. But yeah, then volume kicking in, and there you go, some confirmation on this little uptrend here. We broke out, then we had increasing volume here, which is good. And I'm not really mad at this bull move. We've been talking for a long time about a little consolidation before a breakout point, which is this trend line, or I should say, break of a trend line. And this one's a little small, but it is a consolidation. Just this one just transpired very, very quickly. Very quickly. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here with Bitcoin, but pretty interesting move up. It's nice that it moved up versus down, I will say that. That's pretty nice. But yeah, nice move there in BTC. And stock's not falling off the cliff edge here. Pretty good too. So I can't say I'm upset about that. So gold maintaining a little bit of its gains this morning. MDCO not so fortunate, giving up about 4 or 5% of its gains. But yeah, overall we're just biding time here. It looks like the market's literally that's what it's doing, is just biding time until things. Now, Shiny, who's a member of the Crypto Power Hour, very knowledgeable woman, bringing up a natural gas trade, which is gapping up this morning. This UGAZ, this is 3 times the natural gas, which is GAZ, I think is what it is. And let's take a look at the natural gas chart. I'll do that on FinViz. I don't really want to do that right here, right now. Where are you? Oh, there we go. That'll work. So natural gas has been in a pretty long decline for a while now. Kind of just coming lower. You can see a general trend right there. This trend has actually been broken on that 3 times ETF just the other day here, and it's pretty interesting. I guess there's a hold on a second. All right, so natural gas back down at pretty low levels, just over, well, 235 now. It's not just over $2, but compared to $6 over here, we're just over $2, and it's a pretty low level. It's pretty low level for natural gas. So we had this trend line pointed out in this UGAZ 3 times ETF. Did have some pretty nice volume action here the past month or so. You've got some pretty extreme volume down here without price progress to the downside. Zoom in a little further to really show the point right there. So these 4 candles right here, very elevated volume. This one obviously is a bullish candle. This one is a reversal candle, gapped higher, moved lower. But then these next 2 candles are pretty bullish. You've got the highest candle right there, and then the next one, obviously the next highest candle in terms of volume, both reversing higher throughout the day. And then that's our low right there at about 11. You can see now we're at 16, which is, I mean, quite a bit higher here. 1670 or 1611 it looks like, but doing pretty good. So UGAZ, yeah, not quite sure the exact trade that's in store here, but it could be a little bit of a trend shift for natural gas, and there you've got a potential trade on your hands right there. Where could it go? Could go any number of places. There's really, I don't have a. So here's UGAZ. I don't think we're gonna wrap up to 200 up here from 16. This one got froggy for whatever reason and ran up from, in just a couple of weeks, That breakout at 100 right up to 250. So that tremendous move up there in UGAZ. Not sure if we're in that type of an environment, but I think it's something worth keeping an eye on. Actually, I think I'll add it to the actionable list just to remind myself about it. There we go. UGAZ. Leading our list, 9%. More than MDCO. So, not too bad right there. Yeah, so that's an interesting trade. I don't think this has any options, which is probably good. Probably very good. But you can see UGAZ this morning popping up from the morning session here. The AM pre-market bouncing up, flagging out a little bit above the 16 level. See if it'll probably just keep continuing. Looks like it wants to. Pretty good volumes here on the right side, even after this high volume area here. You can see volume starts to calm down a little bit, but look what remains. Green pops. There's one red pop and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green pops. So arguably very bullish action here in this 3 times ETF. Green pop, green pop, green pop, green pop. All looking pretty good. That was a little bit of a doji close, but still closed, definitely above the previous close. So, yeah, pretty good stuff there for UGAZ. I was hoping it wasn't going to gap up, but of course it does, right? NASDAQ down 0.25%. May actually go green today, which would be crazy. A little bit crazy. And GLD chopping around the opening range here so far. Not really making large moves in either direction. Slight move up, though, still within the general trend. Nothing to write home about. Yeah, so that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think too much action needs to be taken. I still think you give the bias to the bulls at this stage of the game. We've been supported up here for a while. This doesn't mean you go all in with a bunch of trades, but if you see extremely high quality setups, if you see really good setups, I think I'm still in that Starbucks trade, for instance. That's a really high quality setup. Probably one of the better ones you can have. Like if there was a ranking of high quality setups, that would be right up there, like probably top 3. First one would be a very traditional high tight flag setup. I don't know what the other one of the 3 would be, but that setup we have in Starbucks is extremely high quality setup in my opinion, and I do like that one. Like I said, the only thing fuddy here is the market, the general market on the Starbucks, and that's an important factor. The general market's extremely important. Like if there's one fuddy thing, you don't want it to be the general market. That's the one thing you don't want to be. But at the same time, we are in a confirmed uptrend still, so you just kind of have to roll with the punches at this stage of the game. Looks like we're over the futures close from Friday, so the candle's green, but the percentage is still red. We just flipped red again right there. So, yeah, there we go. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. Unless you guys have any questions, want me to look at something specific, maybe a sector trend or something I missed? Actually, one thing we can do that wouldn't bore me to death is look at Investors Business Daily for a minute, and then we can see about their EIBD. We can look at that for a little bit. That's fun. Take a look at the workers America needs. Immigrants across the skill spectrum fill growing gaps in the U.S. labor force. IBD with a pro-immigration on the cover. Wow. This is a fairly right-leaning paper. That's an interesting thing to put on the cover there. Huh. Other data shows that job quits, people leaving their jobs, many permanently, are also soaring. Wow. Oh, you know what? I just thought about something. Do they talk about this over here? The baby boomers retiring at this age still? Maybe that's why our unemployment rate is so low. Maybe it's just baby boomers retiring, and Trump's just taking is the guy to get credit for the low unemployment rate because baby boomers are retiring. Possible. Economy needs immigrants to fill both low and high skilled jobs due to such factors as low fertility, a shortage of technical skills, and American work preferences. That's an important one. Already, American businesses are dealing with the biggest labor shortage since records have been kept. According to the BLS, 6 million people are unemployed, but 7.3 million jobs are unfilled. Huh. To expand and thrive, businesses need workers to replace those who leave with unemployment near record lows. Where will they find them? Interesting. Interesting. IBD. Immigration article. That's a change. Okay, new flat base on Viva Systems with a 177 entry but below 10-week line. So there's a flaw. Still in buy zone with Twitter. Oh, look at that. Twitter. Haven't seen Twitter in a while. There's Twitter. Oh, Twitter looking really good here. Is Twitter poking its head out this morning. Good volume. Well, that's a lot of volume. That's good volume. This is definitely going to be a pocket pivot day probably. Did they consider this the cup and handle? Let's go back and check it out. Still in a buy zone from a 4102 cup with handle entry. So 4102. Yeah, so I would assume that's your cup with handle entry. That's your. So I almost looking like the train's leaving the station on Twitter. And we have investors flock into digital stocks due to tariffs, and Twitter's one. Hard to put a tariff on a tweet. I mean, yeah, look at that. Great tightening. I like these setups right here. Quite a lot. Twitter looking good, especially with volume this morning. The TQQQ, Rob. Well, it's anytime you're in an uptrend, I think you're okay to get involved in the TQQQ. I think if you want to, you can start with like a 25% position, a quarter of a position, and then jump in really quickly if we see additional movement to the upside. We're still very choppy. The story at this stage is very clear. It's tariffs. It's not even really the Fed at this point. The Fed may be the reason why we're actually not dropping. So we actually it looks like we do already have Fed support. But the Fed looks like the reason that we're not dropping. Next we need is China to get us going. And that can resolve itself in any number of ways as long as things generally look good with China. I think we're probably going to be doing okay. But I still don't want to get too heavily involved here because the China factor is a big if, and if things do escalate, they could escalate quickly, especially with Trump in office. He's really put himself in a position where he has to follow through. Like, he can't back out of it. I don't even know if that's a bad thing, to be honest with you. I mean, it could be. In 3 months, 3 to 6 months definitely could be a bad thing, maybe even for him. But yeah, we'll see. If you would get involved, I would probably get involved probably 50% of that position maximum of what you would want to be putting into a TQQQ position. But I mean, we're not bullish. That's the thing. Like we're in a confirmed uptrend, but that doesn't mean bullish. Confirmed uptrend is a kind of a almost a binary version of what the stock market's doing, but its behavior is definitely not bullish. As you can see, Nasdaq already rolling over right there from what was flat up here. We went green for a moment, and then we're already all the way back down here, down about 0.75%. So you can see the sell-off already happening there in Twitter as well, as gold just popped up 1.15%, was up 0.8%. So we just had a nice pop in gold over there. So the gold trade, my very first initial trade, has been working really well, is continuing to work really well, and will likely at least make my measured move. It looks like it easily wants to just keep continuing higher. We're not running up to that measured move like we kind of were over here. We kind of ran up. We're not really running up in tremendous fashion. So which is good, just a nice little sustained move up in GLD. Um, this is, I mean, GLD has probably been the best performing trade, at least in terms of the options. I don't know much about gold itself. That's not like if you went this from my breakout point here. Oh, is my breakout point? No, this is my breakout point. Yeah, that's my breakout point. You're only up 7% on gold itself, but trading options effectively, that's parlayed into much higher gains. Looks like, again, getting extended a little bit here right now with the market selling off. And yeah, so pretty decent stuff out of gold. SLV trade, yep. Let's see what silver's doing. Yeah, outperforming gold this morning. Huge run up on the overnight session, continuing this morning in the normal session. You've got good volume on SLV. The silver trade, yeah, absolutely, going like gangbusters. Silver, gold, you're seeing precious metal rush right now, trying to get a little bit of protection, I guess, against China and currencies and whatever else is ailing the world. But gold and silver appear to be where it's at. Looks like silver actually overtaking that prior high, up 3% on SLV, which I believe is the base ETF. I'm not even sure if this is leveraged. iShares Silver Trust. Yeah, I don't even think it's leveraged. Leveraged Silver ETF USLV, which is going to be up like 10% today. Almost 9% for USLV. 54, it's up to 118 already in pretty short order there, about 4 months. USLV. Yeah. 3 times ETFs are pretty dangerous. You obviously have to be really good with your market direction. Gold up an additional leg, up 1.25% right now. So that gold story really playing itself out nicely here. Just a huge candle move right there. Big. 145.56. We'll see if so my target here is about 148. Could get there pretty quick. This trade's also really not showing any sign of slowing down either. Even on this intraday basis. And Starbucks is taking it on the chin a little bit. Looks like with the rest of the stocks down 0.35%. Already making recent lows. That's not looking bullish whatsoever. is the Starbucks trade. Not looking super hot. Yeah, looks like it's just rolling right over. Yeah, let's see. Getting a little bit of support there just under that low from Friday. Yeah, as the NASDAQ down 1% right now. You got gold taking a leap, silver taking a leap. Precious metals, place to be. Oh, gold. So gold's already kind of back and filled its current place in the chart. It really doesn't have to go down anymore. I mean, this thing could just start stair-stepping higher, you know, start legging up a little bit here. Already had 1, 2, 3 red days right there. And yeah, so far that's been about all we need to start making some moves. Unless we're going to go sideways further. We'll have to wait and see. Metals our new TQQQ. Yeah, it could be, man. Could be. It's already a little extended up, at this point. Hard to get involved when something's up this much, especially when you're close to a target like that. Some pullbacks can occur. But, right now the market's just feeling itself out here. Yeah. Shorting the S&P. I'm still not really into shorting anything, Eli. I already got bit by my short, which was correct. So that was just my horrible trading right there in that particular loss. I don't think anyone was really talking about titanium. Not that I remember, Rob. It's pretty much been gold, and then Shiny mentioned silver the other day, and that was really the first I'd ever even really thought about silver, to be honest with you. I wasn't too much looking into silver. Pretty much stuck on the gold trade. It was such a clear trade that, yeah, it looks. You see the end result right there with gold, just super bullish action, blowing all the way through our break-even levels and almost to our target up there. Looking pretty good. NASDAQ 1%, little over 1% lower. You can see the balance in the stocks have shifted from 50-50 to 75-25 to the bears. And MJ giving it up. Got GLD pulling back slightly, 1.27%. And a lot of those stocks are up earlier. Gas is still doing good. Natural gas are still up there at about 10% higher. Still kind of filling out a flag right there. Natural gas could be kind of the next leg and maybe kind of a run to commodities, as natural gas is definitely down towards low prices. So that could be a potential next one. There's only the trend line break to get you involved here. It did take one high out. I guess maybe two now if you consider this, both of these highs. This, I think, would really be your first high to take out all the way up there at 20 before you can really start thinking about consequential moves in this UGAZ. But this one hasn't moved yet. And, if they're looking to get into some other commodities, you're looking at stuff that's a little beaten down. Let's go take a look at FinViz real quick. We had that up for a moment. That's IBD. There we go. Head back to futures, metals, grains, currencies. We see the VIX up, natural gas up, lean hogs up, silver, platinum, and gold up. Platinum's up 2.4%. Silver's up 3.4%. It's a huge move in silver. And the gold doing pretty good right there. Bonds are in blue. They're up a little bit. 2-year, 5-year. Okay, there's the 10-year. making another new high. 30-year bond pretty flat, but they're really buying up these shorter term bonds. Not super interested in the 30-year right there. Yeah, that's silver, man. Silver's playing out. So natural gas, platinum. What's platinum? PLG. PLG is platinum. It doesn't quite look right. No, Playboy Enterprises. There you go. Platinum. Platinum Group. Oh, that's an individual stock. I can find a platinum ETF if they've got one. Platinum ETF. Spider Gold Shares, Granite Shares Platinum Trust, Sprott Physical Platinum, PLTM. Yeah. Very thinly traded. Very thinly traded. Whoops. Yeah, gold looks like it wants to get a little bit froggy there too. SLV. Also looking very bullish. Already making a slight move up this morning, but a very, very large gap there in silver. It's a big move up. NASDAQ still holding under the 1% level there as far as down for the day. 1.1% right there. Starbucks 0.37 down. Looks like that's another leg lower for Starbucks. Nope, not quite. Although definitely not a bullish candle we're in the middle of right now, even on the 5-minute chart. Come on, Starbucks. They start selling off things that are holding up really nice like Starbucks. It's going to be a long winter. I saw an article about stocks that were holding high. Starbucks was one of them. I think it was about the Dow Jones yesterday. Maybe it's this one. Looking at it on my phone. No, it doesn't look like it. Although they do mention a few stocks showing bullish bases, but I'm not sure I want to be buying too many stocks at this particular point in time. One episode of GOT. What's GOT? Oh, Game of Thrones, Season 8. Starbucks looks as... Come on, Starbucks. Move your ass back up. Yeah, I watched that. I watched like the last 4 episodes of Game of Thrones. Seemed pretty good. I liked it. Wish I would have got a little more. Yeah, I never did have 2 red. Well, it had 3 red days a row in the beginning there, Rob. But I don't like. I don't want it to make an. I like it to. I would like this to be more of an inside candle than an outside candle. Hey, James, your teeth are all brushed and everything. Your shirt's is your shirt on backwards? Can you take your shirt off and put it on the right way? Well, you just have to turn it around. Can you turn your shirt around?
Yeah, I don't want.
What happens to your hair at school?
It just gets destroyed by everybody touching it.
Why does everyone touch your hair?
I don't know.
Does everyone touch everyone's hair? Or they just touch your hair?
They just touch my hair.
Why do they just touch your hair?
It's hard. I don't know.
Is it because it's hard? Well, your school pictures, you've got pretty scruffy hair. Hey, can you pick up those crayons, please?
My.
Ethan, you can help too. I've already asked you once to pick up the crayons. You and James can pick up crayons. Blasphemy. Just a little bit of blasphemy. Never hurt anyone. Can you pick them up, please? It'll take you like 10 handfuls. Come on, Ethan. You too. I just asked you. This is now the third time I'm asking you. Oh, Starbucks reversing. Buy it all. Buy all the Starbucks. Tilray has the bottom. I'm not calling a bottom on Tilray. There's so hard to call a bottom in Tilray. I mean, what are we at? 26. The low of the IPO is over here at 20. Yeah. Not according. I don't see. Whoa, you all right? You okay? You need help? Here. You and James both fell off of that chair. You didn't do it today. You did it the other day, remember? Yeah, I'm not putting money to work in that, Eli. There's a pretty clear arrow here. And it looks like this. Points down. Yeah. Yeah, not really good for a bottom for me. I mean, look. This looks like you're trying to catch, the bottom print. Usually not a good move. I'd much rather get it off of a nice base. I'd rather you buy it here and then have a failed breakout than buy it down here.
Daddy,
That's a lot of red candles right there. Yes, James.
can I get the tablet?
What are you gonna draw?
Look how much health the dragon has.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to get the tablet to use it to draw, that's fine. All right, 1.31 for gold. Starbucks flat again, which is pretty good. And natural gas doing okay. Gold holding really tight up here. Super duper duper tight. Look, that looks really good. That looks like it's gonna break out in about 7 minutes. He's gonna draw something on the tablet. He's not playing.
So I'm not gonna be playing, but I'm just gonna get that guy again and then I'm gonna look at it. That's basically playing the game.
No, I'll show you what you want to see, dude. What did you want to see that? I hate this browser. It's the worst browser.
Dragon.
Eli, I hold you personally responsible for the Silk browser of Amazon on their Kindle. Just so you know. James, tell Eli thanks for a horrible browser.
Thanks for horrible browser. Did you do your hair?
He did. I didn't do it. Mommy, did you do his hair?
Mommy did it.
Oh, you did it? I was going to say.
Well, Mommy did that. What? Mommy fixed it for me.
You tried. It didn't look so hot, so I adjusted it.
Good.
James, you want me to make you lunch?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You want to come in and tell me what you want?
Okay. Just go. Just go. All right, guys. Things are starting to heat up here around the house. I'm going to bail. Going to get out of here. NASDAQ looks like it's hanging out down around the 1% lower mark. Yeah, I don't know either, Eli. It's pretty bad though. It's like, hey, let's make this tablet that could be decent and then just turn it into complete horrible garbage. Sounds good, guys. Sounds good. Team leader Eli, go. Yeah. They just have so much momentum. Their AWS seems to be good though. Everyone seems to like AWS. They do good with DevOps. All right, guys, I'm going to bail. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Market down 1%. Like I said, we still have our follow-through day intact. We're actually not going to... where's our follow-through day? Oh, that's our fall. So this low is the one that has to be taken out down to 7224. So we're still pretty elevated right there. Hopefully we don't fall down too much. I'd still like us to stay in a bull market. I think that'd be a lot funner than a bear market. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.